Okay, we're in Spain. I'm on my last tour of this season. Done 7 tours with groups. This is my last. We're in Spain, down to Plymouth, Santander, and then down to Syria, Albarracin, Valencia, and then down to the national park, down to Almeria, where we've just spent 2 nights. Well, we're just having a day off today. So I thought I'd come in search of the mystical Spanish Stelvio, as I've seen it be titled, a twisty road down in this southern region just north of Tabernas. We've had some amazing roads, to be honest, through Spain. Really amazing stuff all the way, quiet, open flame, well surfaced stuff, nice and twisty, great scenery, and there's some great accommodation options down here. We've just been to the Fort Bravo, which is because this is the area where they filmed a lot of westerns, spaghetti westerns. So there's a few places you can go and look at some old western streets and watch a can show and things like that. So we've just been and done that, which was interesting. Something a bit different. I'm on the Rieju. Still don't know how to pronounce it. Everyone's got a different way of saying it. Even the aficionados seem to say it differently. But we're on the Rieju 500 Aventura, which uses a CB 500X license copy engines. We've got 47 brake horsepower, parallel twin, 21-inch, 18-inch front and rear, long travel suspension, fully adjustable sump guard, engine guards, brush guards, and 2 20-litre claim 20-litre tanks, although I think they're a little bit shy of 20 litres. So a theoretical range of 600 miles, but an easy range of 500, as I've proven on this trip so far. So just want to take you along for the journey. How many miles we've got? 1125 miles on this bike now. It was brand new when I set off on it. It's a bike that I bought to add to my fleet of A2 bikes for people to ride, and also just because I've been so curious about this bike for so long, and I've just been unable to get hold of a test bike. So the floodgates were broken when one dealer, Tim at Midlife Classics, brought them down to 6.5 rather than 7.5. So the deal was done. So on the right hand side of the road, we're a little bit short, a few minutes short of the Stelvio, the Spanish Stelvio. Just sort of get into the flow of it. As I say, beautiful roads in Spain. I mean, there's just so many, and they are all like this, well surfaced. Well, not all like this, but lots like this. Well surfaced, quiet, good visibility. We've had a little bit of rain in the north, but in the south, absolutely no problems at all. Then tomorrow we start making our way back north, heading for Santander. So 12 days total. You could spend a month in Spain, I think, easy, and just go around the outside through the centre. It really is a fantastic place to roam. The thing that probably holds us back most is the lack of language. None of us are very good Spanish speakers, and obviously there's a lot of parts that don't speak any English, and through our ignorance and arrogance we didn't learn enough to get by. We do have a good Duncan Goff on this tour who speaks good Spanish, or conversational Spanish, so he's helping us out. He's like my second guide. So yeah, that was a quick intro. I shall see you when we get to the Stelvio. Okay, so I think we're just at the foot of the start of it. That's the town here. I'll put the name up. Velafique. Lots of beautiful Spanish villages and towns we've come through. Often set into the cliff, so really dramatic. Yep, that looks twisty, doesn't it, on that Google Map review? We don't have lots and lots of power in this 500, but to be honest, it goes alright. You just got to work it that little bit harder. It was a bit tight to begin with, it has loosened up now. What I like about the adventure bikes is the wide bars, which definitely helps with that big front wheel. It means you've got a bit more leverage. Just do a bit of, I guess, counter steering, weight in that inner bar. Oh, we've got centre stand grinding. Oh, be gentle, be gentle. I don't know if you could hear that, but that centre stand, it's got a centre stand on it, but I don't think it's been designed with Spanish corners in mind, so it just tend to drag, and I must corner harder to the left because it don't drag to the right, only to the left. So yeah, I'm just trying to get into a flow, you know, with this kind of riding. Following people on this trip, I think upper body stiffness is probably the thing that goes against most people, or a lot of people, when riding in these twisted environments for the first time. They're quite stiff, they don't allow the bike to move across the body. So here I'm just gently weighting the right bar, and then I'm coming into a left, so I'll transfer weight to the left bar, come down a gear, look through the corner, roll the throttle on, but I'm letting that bike move across me, straightening that inner right arm. Whoa, we've got a double back, switch back. By keeping your arms nice and loose, you can react to changing radius and things like that. So weighting that inner bar, that left bar, we've got another one. I think I've done this road with a motorcycle launch before. A lot of the bike companies launch in these parts of the world just because obviously the roads are fantastic and the roads are quiet. Just trying to keep clear of that centre line. I'm not always succeeding. My line's sometimes a little bit too tight for my liking. I try and keep away from that centre white line, certainly on the left-handers, because that's when things can be coming over the white line, and you want to stay as far away from that as possible, just giving yourself a nice comfort blanket. Nice temperature, probably 20s or so. Good time to be down in the south of Spain, this. I've been impressed with the bike over the last 1100 miles. It's got better and better as the engine's freed up. I had it serviced in Valencia at the local dealer there. As I said, I set off with 20 miles on the clock, so it was a case of running it in on the road. I only got it delivered 2 days before the trip, so there wasn't a chance to do that. I find it handles quite tidily. The suspension works really well. It's fully adjustable. So I sort of when I got it, it was fully soft, fully wound in, anti-clockwise. So I took it back to centre, the rebound and damping on the forks, and then I've just gone 2 clicks to the left, and I'm finding that's quite a nice compromise. Quite supple, but also quite nicely controlled. I mean, the thing is, when you're travelling, you're always riding no more than 8/10. Definitely no more than 8/10. You always need something in reserve. You never want to be riding what you call flat out, because you know you just don't know what's around the corner, and if you have a gentle low side or whatever, you're a long way from home. So I think you've always got to just show some restraint, or you will get bitten. You will invariably get bitten. Look how quiet it is though. I mean, that's another reason for showing restraint. You take a tumble down here, it might be a while before anybody comes and gets you. Yeah, lovely road this. To be honest, giving roads names always attracts racers, and so it's probably not a healthy thing to give it the title of the Stelvio of Spain. Just call it what it is, a great road. But amongst many great roads in Spain, many great roads in Spain. Oh my goodness, I've got loads coming up. Just trying to get the power on nice and early, just because we don't have a lot of it really. But how much power do you need on a trip? You know, 47. What would I do with more? I'd just go up here a little bit quicker. But does that, you know, what does that matter? What does that count for? I tend to like an engine which you've got to work for. If it's all on tap, well, you just end up going too fast. You know, your safe limit is a lot higher, your speeds are a lot higher, and I don't really want that. I'm doing 50 mile an hour, fast enough. Look at that view! Oh my word! Look at that view! Look at that corner! Woohoo! Bit late on the brakes there. Got a nice back brake action on this. I do like it. I tend to use a lot of back brake on these roads. Back brake then front brake. But there's always different approaches, different advice. I can only tell you how I ride, and I'm sure others will tell you how they ride. Wow. Yeah, spectacular. It's useful over the Google Maps. I can see the severity of the turn. Now I've got a tight radius one here. I'm going to down it first actually. Oh, it's a bit low. First, a bit low. Would have pulled second, I think. There's quite a tall geared bike though. So, like the CF Moto, the 450, that would have easily took second round that corner, but it's quite a low geared bike. So, I think for this kind of riding, I prefer the low geared machines. Just means you never have to come down to first, which I find makes my riding, oh my goodness, look at that, makes my riding a little bit smoother. But obviously if it's low gear, then it's going to be quite buzzy on the motorways or on the open road. Let's try a second, shall we? Yeah. With these big front wheel bikes, you really have to just weight that inner bar. Sometimes I get stiff, you know, you don't ride as fluidly as you like. Sometimes you're fighting the bike. Sometimes you have to go consciously say, no, push the inner bar, push the inner bar. And that obviously gets it to just to turn in, as I say, especially with these big wheel bikes, which are a bit more stubborn to turn than the 17-inch or the 19-inch front wheels. So what I mean is, let's say we're going to come up to the left, so I'm going to weight that inner bar, I'm going to straighten that left arm. And that's just going to bring that bike in nicely, and the more pressure I push through that bar, the more it's going to turn. So it's just a transfer of weight between the bars really. I'm not gripping, I've got open palms, you know, just gentle rest, but that's enough to just weight differently. So left hand, bit of weight there, just pushes that bar through, that wheel through the corner. They call it counter steer, which almost trips my mind up as well. I just weight the inner bar, weight that right hand bar, look through the corner, power on, power on, power on. You know, it's quite simple when you get used to it, but it seems slightly weird when you're trying to explain it or do it for the first time. But if you ride in a straight line and just practice transferring weight between the different bars, you'll realise what happens when you do that. When you push with the left, it'll turn to the left. So now I'm just going to weight that bar, get the gearing done, set myself, set the bike. Oh, set the sun again. It's all about getting it set up before the corner. So I'm coming up now, I'm in third. I know it's the second gear. So I'm going to come up in the back brake. On the front brake, second gear. Pitch the bike in, look through the corner, bring in the power nice and early. Wind it through. Not chase red line, no need. Stay wide, we read the corner, bit of back brake there. I mean, you're always trying to avoid braking mid-corner or through the corner, but sometimes you get it wrong, you have to. Get it all done so you can start looking through that corner and get that power on. That's how you're going to get these slower bikes to go faster. A bit more. I never try and cross that white line. Dangerous game, dangerous game. What a row! Woo! Wow, what a view. So I'm just going to cross it there, going to come down second. Push that in a bar, look through the corner. Run wide, I stay far away, as I say, from that centre line. Certainly on the blind corners, stay as far away from that centre line as you can. Apexes are not for hunting on roads like these. So I go wide, really wide, and I don't turn in until now, and then I'm turning, I'm powering, power. Come on, little donkey, come on. Wide, looking through the corners, reading the road ahead, what can I see? What radius can I see? What can I see in the road? What conditions can I see? Changing tarmac there, I'm watching for that. I'm going to make sure my braking's gradual across a change of surface. Don't want to risk hitting brakes on gravel or, you know, wet tar. I'm reading, I'm looking, scanning corner, tight left-hander coming up. So I'm going to set myself, going to flank right left, and I'm going to bring me in self-tight into that barrier, down a gear, down a second. Look through that corner now, bring the power in. Power. Somebody's going to be home saying, you're doing it wrong, and I know I probably am, but it's how I ride, it's how I ride. Flank to the right, bit of back brake. till I see what's coming. Obviously, other riders are going to ride lower gears than me. I am not Rosper. Those guys ride lower gears than I do. That's fine. I wouldn't say they're right, and I wouldn't like them to say I was wrong either. Just how you ride. I don't like to thrash the engine. The engines are people. You wouldn't thrash a person. Why would I thrash an engine? I need it to give me what I need it to give me, but after that, revs are not necessary. Screaming a bike to its red line is not, in my mind, that necessary. Gee whiz, look at that road. Right, that's it. Spanish Stelvio, Rieju 500. Hell of a road, that is. Hell of a road, mother. Crikey almighty. You know, zigzag, zigzag, zig. Incredible. I've done this before. I can't remember what bike launch it was, but it was something. Hell of a road, that, isn't it? Well surfaced as well, nice, wide visibility. See over there? Absolute banger. Let's see what's at the top, shall we? Nice to get the luggage off the bike. Actually, this is the first time I've done it without luggage, really. I'll tell you what, I like this bike. I really like it as a travel bike. That range just takes you to another stratosphere of fuel anxiety reduction, which you otherwise often have on a tour. You know, I like the comfort. The seat's hard, but I'm starting to warm to it. I've got a good screen. I've got good ergonomics. I've got good grip. I've got good suspension. Brakes work well. There's not a lot to not like about it. I've got the functionality there, switching the tanks. You know, it's all good. Cool. What up?
In 150 meters, turn left. Head east on Camino de Bucarest to Hall.
Yeah, sometimes I don't find the Spanish is that friendly, but then we don't speak the language. I don't speak the language, so I understand it. Anyway, that's it. Spanish Stelvio. Good road, look at that. Good road. Good bike. Rieju and your importers make this more readily available at a teasing price, which Chinese bikes unfortunately need to be, and you will sell them because this is a very good travel bike. A very good travel bike. Best in this class, I would actually say. Better than the CF Moto for travelling. Yes, I said say yes, it is. Not for trails and travelling, no. Trail travel bike, no, the CF Moto, but for road-based travelling, better than the CF Moto. Better than the Benelli's, better than the Vosges because it's got more stuff on it. Better than the new Himalaya because it's smoother and it cruises better. And I prefer the engine in this to the new Himalaya. Best mid-sized travel bike, this. Adventure bike. Yep. God, that's quite a big accolade given we've got CF Moto and Himalaya in this year. But it's done this job perfectly, this travelling through Spain. Absolutely perfectly. And that tank is what sets it apart. But also there's a quality. It's a good quality bike. Good quality bike, enjoyable to ride. And it looks good. Alright, back down. Cheers.